بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So now we've discussed briefly, in brevity and succinctness, the types musawat, ijaz and itnab. Now we're going on to itnab to explain itnab. Let me go into detail now of itnab. What is itnab, the types, how can they occur? Okay, so we're going to aqsam of itnab. Okay, aqsam al-itnab, the types of verbosity and lengthy speech. Al-itnabu yakunu bi umurin kathira. Itnab can occur in many ways. And he goes through each one slowly. Minha dhikrul khasi ba'd al-am. Amongst them is mentioning, he mentions here 1, 2, 3. We'll do one at a time. Amongst these ways of doing itnab is to mention something specific after it has been mentioned in a more general form. Ay dhikrul khasi ba'd al-am. For example, ishtahidu fi durusikum. Make sure you exert effort in your durus, your lessons. وَاللُّغَةِ الْعَرَبِيَّةِ and لغة العربية. Now لغة العربية is what? Is part of durus. This is an arm. This includes everything. So this is also part of what durus. But why has it been mentioned specifically? To create an emphasis. وَفَائِدَةُ. What's the fa'idah if you've already mentioned, if لغة العربية has already mentioned in durus, why mention it separately? وَفَائِدَةُ وَتَنْبِيهُ عَلَى فَضْلِ الْخَاصِ. It gives you what? It points out specifically the virtue of the khas. Look, this is very, very important. So whilst you're working hard in all the other sciences, make sure you work hard in nahwa, sarf and balagha, so you have the tools to understand the Arabic language. So it's like kind of specifying it. Okay? How? كَأَنَّهُ لِرَفْعَتِهِ, as though it is a separate jins altogether. So even though Lughat Arabiya is part of durus, we're saying that it's so important, it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be durus Arabiya. It's almost like this. Arabiya is equal to durus. So durus is one thing and Arabiya is separate on its own. Even durus, Arabiya is part of it, but it's as if you're claiming that, look, durus is one thing and then you have Arabiya. All your sciences, all your subjects are one level, and even though Arabic comes under it, it should be like it's a separate subject altogether. Okay? As though it is because of its high level, it's a separate jins altogether, which is different to its ma qabla. Mughayir li ma qablahu, different to what is before it. A simple example, حافظوا على الصلوات والصلاة الوسطى. Look after and take due regard to all of your prayers. So what is this? Salah is what? Arm. Salat al-Wusta comes under the arm. Correct? But why is it mentioned specifically? To give it a due right. What's the tafsir of this? According to majority of the scholars, it's Salat al-Asr, and then there's a whole debate among the difference of opinion regarding what it means. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alf shahr. تنزل الملائكة والروح. The angels, some angels descend in this night. And the malaika, and amongst the malaika is what? The ruh. The ruh amin, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. So it's already mentioned in malaika. But he has been mentioned separately. Why? To show that, look, even he descends, to give him more importance. Make sense? Following? Achha. Second type is opposite. ذكر العام بعد الخاص. To mention something more general after it's mentioned specifically. For example, رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي, Allah forgive me, وَلِوَالِدَيَّ, my parents, وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا, and whoever has entered my house in a state of a belief, meaning my friends who are believers. وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. The mu'mineen and mu'minat include what? لِي وَالِدَيَّ and مَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا. But by mentioning these first, it gives importance. Look, I give relatives to myself, importance to myself. Okay? And then my parents. Then those who... It shows an order, natural, semantic order. Okay? Another one here is إِيضَاح بَعْدَ الْإِبْهَامِ. إِيضَاح means to make something more clear and clarify something. After it was mentioned vague. Okay? Now what's the benefit of this? If you mention something vague first, then you expound on it. Is as if you mention it twice. And takrar, I mention it twice, gives more emphasis. For example, let's say, look, very vaguely, أَمَدَّكُمْ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah will give you more and increase you in those things which you know. It's mentioned what? Ibham. What do we know? أَمَدَّكُمْ بِأَنْعَامٍ وَبَنِينَ. This is mubham. Isn't it? Vaguely, Allah will increase you in those things which you know about. And then he goes on to expand upon it. أَمَدَّكُمْ بِأَنْعَامٍ وَبَنِينَ. He will increase you in what? In livestock and children. This is what now? إيضاح. This is tawdhi and إيضاح. Clarification.
So if you don't know that one, you want to the next one. Use the lookup.
You follow? Make sense? Another example, وَقَضَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ ذَلِكَ الْأَمْرِ. And we destined for him that matter. What is that matter? أَنَّ دَابِرَ هَؤُلَاءِ مَقْطُوءٌ مُصْبِحِينَ. That these will be destroyed in the morning. So we mentioned it vaguely first, then in more detail later on, it kind of gives it more importance. Okay? You follow? Any question regarding this? Subhanallah bihamdihi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.